It's when you got to do your final check, you know what I'm saying? Get yourself ready, get yourself camera ready. Let me see if our IG is ready. IG live, that is popping on. Bang, boom, bang. People, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Hot Take Wrestling Podcast. I am your boy, Old Man Logan. That's my partner in crime, my tag team champion co-host, Kenny KG. Yeah, let's get these intros out of the way, KG. Good people, thank y'all for tuning in. As always, we are going to do our Wrestle Dream, AEW's Wrestle Dream recap tonight. We're going to do our weekly recap of everything happening in professional wrestling, and then we'll talk about some wrestlers of the week, and we'll see if we have a heated roundtable discussion too. All right, KG, you ready, my friend?
Yeah.
All righty, let me get your intro ready, and here we go.
It's the ginger whiskey assassin, the other KG. Hashtag y'all gotta chill.
Floor is yours, KG.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I was just looking at the background and Rhea Ripley's entrance, and it's like, if she could change her theme song to Change the Whips, that would be great.
This is my project.
Just saying. And also, if she could like pose on the entrance ramp while trying to make a save for Bianca and let her leg get stumped again, that would be great too.
You want to do a 30-second pose?
Worst save in the history of NXT, possibly wrestling.
Oh man. All right. Yeah, we'll see what kind of day this is gonna be today. All right, let me do my record. Let me get mine out of the way.
It's Big Oos, Old Man Logan, acknowledging.
All right, good people. Y'all know who I is, who I am, what I do, and what I'm doing here. So I want to thank y'all for tuning in, checking out Hot Take Wrestling Podcast. This is Wednesday, and it means it is Hot Take Wednesdays. So before we get started, let me give y'all a little bit of information. I want y'all to make sure y'all following us, like, share, and subscribe. Some content. We have daily content on our socials. So without further ado, bam! Make sure y'all following us, man. TikTok, Hot Take Wrestling. At Instagram, Hot Take Wrestling. Twitter or X, whatever you prefer to call it these days, at Wrestling Take. Hot Take Wrestling was not available when we made the page. Twitch, we got Hot Take Wrestling Podcast, and we are on YouTube at NMG TV. I got to edit this graphic to add the Kick page. We are on Kick as well at NMG Podcast Network. And yeah, man, make sure y'all smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, and, you know, leave some comments on some things, man. Let us know what y'all like, what you don't like. Let us know what you would love for us to see. You know what I mean? Not see, but love for us to discuss here on Hot Take Wrestling Podcast. If you are an independent wrestler, or if you're a signed wrestler, hell, if you're somebody on NXT, AEW, New Japan, TNA, MLW, Hog Wrestling, HOG, like, hey, come out at your boys, man. We are a good time, pause, to just come and discuss wrestling, man. We are lifelong wrestling fans, and that's what we like to do. We like to come here, talk shop, talk wrestling, and get up off of here at a reasonable time. We leave the late night action for Hot Take After Dark, which comes on at 10:30 p.m. on Wednesday nights. Not immediately after me and KG finish, but a little bit later. You know, you had a chance to let the wrestling vibes subside a little bit and let your freakiness get in, okay? All right. That being said, KG, you ready to do this weekly recap?
Yeah, let's go.
All righty, let's get it.
And now,
And now, your week in review.
Side note, every time you do that bam thing, it just like gives me flashbacks of DDP when he said bang. I don't know if that's intentional.
So I get it. Do you remember on, and I'm gonna age myself a little bit here, but do you remember on In Living Color, Tommy Davidson and David Allen Greer used to have this like bit they used to do where they were like 2-bit hustlers, and David
Okay.
Allen Greer would like set it up, and then Tommy Davidson would be like, bam!
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
That's where it came
For
from.
sure. All right, no doubt. Well, for me, Wrestle Dream, I think most of us got the picks right. I think the only thing we disagreed on was whether Mark Briscoe was gonna go over or not. Still a hell of a match between him and Kyle Fletcher, obviously for the TNT Championship. So big shout outs to those two dudes. That was their rubber match. I think they were 2-2 against each other in singles matches. I know they had faced off in the Continental Classic, I think earlier this year as well. Because you could tell they were in the midst of pushing Kyle at that moment. Both of the tag matches were pretty damn good. Brodito versus Kazuchika Okada and Konosuke Takeshita, and also the Young Bucks versus Jurassic Express. It was a toss-up between which one of those were better. The heel turn for Samoa Joe, I don't know why I didn't see that coming. He's like, you just gonna right off in the sunset. Because if you think about it, they really don't have anybody else lined up right now. Because I said whoever came out of that trios match might possibly, the leader of that trio basically might get a world title match. But they basically said after that, there was number one contendership for the trios titles. So tonight, I know Hurricane against supposed to face the Ops. So coming out of that pay-per-view, that's what that was set up for. I was just thinking that, like, no, Heyman doesn't have to, just cut through opponents like a hot butter through knife or whatever, or hot knife through butter, should I say.
Right.
But I was still anticipating maybe somebody new, just because Joe was part of the trios titles, I was expecting that would be like a one-off, not to them to try to continue this feud, but maybe it's being done to set up somebody else coming back to help him out. I mean, obviously, you still have the potential for the Young Bucks, who they're teasing about turning them face. Still got Kenny Omega out there. I mean, it doesn't have to be somebody from the Elite, but he's gonna need some backup, obviously, at some point. And maybe it'll be Hook and Eddie Kingston, because they've been running together. The Ops kind of not kicked them out, but they moved on to a degree. They added Will Hobbs when he was. I don't know if he was storyline injured, but I know in the storyline, Hook was injured, and that Hobbs stepped in and became part of the Ops. So maybe you can have Eddie Kingston and Hook come in to do the help Heyman even that out for that feud. Darby finally didn't just climb Mount Everest, another mountaintop he finally climbed. He defeated Jon Moxley. You know what? It's just so much they could only do that hadn't been done to each other. It still was a pretty good last man standing match, with that being said, because I don't think you want to go overboard, should I say, with the amount of violence and stuff, because after a while it's like, all right, now y'all just bleeding just to bleed. But everything seemed like it was placed correctly in that match from the standpoint that, yeah, there was some blood, but it wasn't like it was just unnecessary. Right. Gallons were just spilled for no reason without being an end game. Just saw the stubbornness of Darby obviously coming into effect. Refusing to quit. Like at one point he just knocked unconscious. The fans are out chanting, "This is murder." That was pretty fun. Then later on, when they trying to drown him, they started a "This is fucked up" chant. So shout out to the St. Louis crowd for sure. Jamie Hayter, that grudge match had to happen with Tekla. Like I said, I think I'm gonna say there's still an idea, but I think we threw that idea out there before. It'd be nice to see the women do Blood and Guts this year. Can't keep going back to the same guys in Blood and Guts, obviously too. You get into that, you start getting into that realm where it's like how Jey Uso and Sami Zayn have been in War Games the last 3 or 4 years. The last 3, I think. Yeah, the last 3, because they were with the Bloodline in 2022. In 2023, they were with Cody and Seth and Randy, and then last year they were OG Bloodline. So it's like, I guess, get some new blood, so to speak. New blood being spilled in Blood and Guts. We're to see which route they go to see who the other 2 people are added to the Triangle of Madness with Tekla, Sky Blue, and Julia Hart. Right now, it's Queen Aminata and Jamie Hayter on their side. I'm assuming Willow Nightingale will be involved. I'm just thinking who's not really doing anything in a singles capacity, because they also have the tag titles coming up. They just announced the tournament bracket, I think, tonight. I didn't get a chance to look at them, but it's one of those things where I'm guessing it's going to be somebody that's not really getting pushed right now. in the singles because they announced Mercedes Moné, who has 12 belts now, I think. I've lost count. It's like the amount of times Wu-Tang people talk about like no, it's like and it's like I can't say that Wu-Tang always had the standard 9 to 10 members. It's like the NWO with the amount of belts you add. It's like, all right, what's next?
Right.
You want to come back to Sasha Banks and and go back down to NXT, be 13 belts on or I don't know, bro. Well, they couldn't acknowledge that one.
She better get there while she can, because if she does even fathom the thought of going back to WWE, they will never do anything like that.
No, absolutely not. It's getting insane. But they're teasing. They're not teasing. She challenged Chris Statlander at Full Gear. I believe Full Gear is in Chicago next month. I could be mistaken. In Chicago area.
Really?
Or World's End. One of the two. Don't quote me on it. I know one of the two is for sure. I was looking at see. I know it's one of the two.
I know NXT is supposed to be here too sometime next month.
Okay.
Yep.
It might be World's End though. I just know one of them was in Chicago. I had texted a buddy. I was like, hey, if these tickets not looking bad. But anyway, back to because the only person that's ever beat Mercedes in a singles match was Toni Storm, who Chris Statlander beat clean and decisively on Saturday. So and I don't think they're gonna have Stat's title run and just sort of keep collecting belts. Like I said, I would like to see them do similar to what we're going to get into a little bit later in the weekly recap. What happened with the U.S. title? Like, let's make somebody else a star because Kristen already touched that title. So unless you go do a unification and just do the tag titles and have one singles title again for the women, I don't see the point in Mercedes going after this title again because I don't think she's going to win, nor should she win it. I don't think personally.
Right.
But that was my take from Wrestle Dream. I hope I didn't. I don't think I skipped any of the matches. I just wanted to touch on each one of them briefly.
I can't recall if you did. Did you touch on any of the pre-show matches?
No, I didn't. But the funny thing was when I started watching Wrestle Dream, Jet Speed versus FTR carried over into the side of the pay-per-view.
Yeah,
so that was fireworks going off in the background as that match was finishing.
Wow.
I'm like, what is going on right now, man? But no, I didn't catch any of the other ones. I know Willow was in a match.
Yeah, I can run them off real quick. The pre-show winners, because they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matches for the pre-show. So that was a long card, Wrestle Dream, like all together with the pre-show and then the actual main card matches. So real quick, the Death Riders defeated the Conglomeration. Eddie Kingston and Hook defeated Cole Carter and Griff Garrison. Big Boom, AJ, and Big Justice got into a scrap with Rocky Romero and Trent Beretta at a bar. The Don Callis family came out on top. Then, of course, like you just mentioned, Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron defeated Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford. And FTR defeated Jet Speed. Okay. Which, like you said, fireworks started going off at the end of that match.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I think they're those are the two will probably be added to the triangle match. So probably Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford added to that team. Like I said, it'll probably be Willow. You just said her name?
Oh, Willow and Harley Cameron.
Oh yeah, she'll probably be on that team too, Harley Cameron. Because it's on Dynamite, so don't necessarily. I keep it. It don't necessarily mean you can't be involved. It's not like it's at the pay-per-view. So
right.
I mean, they keep teasing possibility of Statlander and Nightingale making up. So maybe she'll be the fifth one. I know she's the world champion, but you could always just have Mercedes do some interference or something to build towards their match at Full Gear. So Mercedes not
would we want the women champion, like she's a newly crowned women's champion, first time? Will we want her to be pulling double duty, or is that something?
No, it's not that. No, it's not that Full Gear. Blood and Guts is just his own thing on. It's always on Dynamite. It's never been a.
Oh no! I'm saying, would we want that though? Like, do you want Chris Statlander to be like pulling double duty? Do you want her defending, the women's title as well as being a participant in the tag titles, or should
no? Blood and Guts is not a tag title thing. Blood and Guts was that 5-on-5 thing.
Oh, you just saying her participating there? Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
My bad.
No, you're good. No, you're good. But I'm just trying to think who the fifth person will be, unless they got a returning person maybe that's been on the show. Maybe they'll put Toni Storm in there. I don't know. because it makes more sense. Because you're not gonna do nothing with her. That makes more sense actually. They
Yeah,
probably
she doesn't
because they're
have
gonna move
anything
her out of
lined up.
the
It looks like. Yeah.
unless they're gonna put her in the tag tournament with Mina Shirakawa.
Wish
They
they
could,
could. Wish they
yeah.
could.
But then
If you had to make a pick though, like right now, as to who you would like to see win those titles, who would it be?
I think it makes the most sense for the Triangle Madness. Like I said, you could do the Freebird rule because the women's division hasn't really had actual tag teams in a while. Like I'm trying to think, or you could go on it.
It's a lot
You
of
could go
made up
on
teams
it.
right
Yeah. Well, that's I'll fact check. I'll add a fact check myself because one of them kind of were a team. Anna Jay and Ty Conti.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess you go that route. They just haven't really been on TV. I think you got to put somebody that's been on TV too for a little bit because it's obviously you wanted to mean something, but you don't want to just throw it on someone. Like I said, it's not really a TV time at the moment. So
yeah, like Willow for me would probably make sense. Willow and Harley, just because Willow has kind of been in the space like where she's been featured prominently, at least for the last couple of weeks that I've been paying attention to AEW. She's always in the segment, not even if she's not necessarily having a match.
14 belts, Monet.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead, my part.
But yeah, I'm surprised. I'm watching AEW as we speak. John Moxley actually had a match with Kyle O'Reilly, and I'm kind of surprised he's even there tonight after having the I Quit match with Darby. But yeah,
no rest for the wicked, man.
Yeah.
But speaking of the TBS Championship, that's what I was kind of alluding to in terms of let's make this a moment for somebody that could kind of really use it. Like eventually, maybe like I said, maybe Queen Aminata, somebody like that.
Yeah,
that could get the title. Somebody that's like I said on the come up. You could even go Harley, I suppose. I mean, she's been getting more time in the ring now. I mean, because she's one of those situations where she was kind of looked down on, almost kind of like Maxine Dupree, almost in the sense. I ain't gonna say she was. I don't want to get attacked in the conversation now. I ain't gonna say she was terrible. I was just saying in terms of they weren't letting her really wrestle, and then she started getting more TV time. And I mean, you'd say somebody carried her, not takes two to tango though, because Maxine Dupree and Becky, they had two good matches the last few times in the ring, which is kind of mind-boggling to say that when you first looked at her step in the ring. But
yeah.
But like I said, congrats to Ilya Dragunov though, returned. Actually, I wish it would have been a better crowd for him. It was okay, but a reaction. That dude, because like I said, we were talking about him possibly, because Gunther had already dropped the title at that point, right?
Yeah. He was somebody
that got called up. Yeah. Okay.
He was somebody though I did think maybe could possibly return. I know we discussed him not too long ago actually about maybe being a mid-card guy for the Vision prior to Seth Rollins' injury. So hearing, because I didn't get to see SmackDown live, when I heard Ilya came back and defeated Sammy, I was both surprised and kind of shocked because I was like, I wasn't expecting this return, because they switched him from the brand. Of course, he was on Raw initially. Mm-hmm. And then, in surprising fashion, they've taken the U.S. title off of Sammy. And Sammy's been pretty consistent with that title. He's made it entertaining. Like, I'd say it's been the most relevant it's been since maybe since Jacob had it on him. Like, Jacob had it for a hot cup of coffee, but it was a lot of fanfare and a lot of support behind Jacob when he became U.S. champion. So I was surprised, but we're getting ready to go into Royal Rumble season and WrestleMania season, and with Sammy being somebody I think a lot of us are looking to as a possible winner of the Royal Rumble. You can't, I guess the thought process is, okay, he doesn't necessarily need to be carrying a mid-card title, and we need to use him more prominently in a main event space. So I guess we should look forward to seeing him maybe more so in storylines and maybe even a feud with Cody, man. You got Cody, you got Orton, you got Drew McIntyre. I'm guessing now you'd have Sammy in that capacity. As far as the main event champion, the heavyweight champion category, however you want to put it. So they shaking some things up over there on SmackDown. Look like they kind of shaking some things up, period. Because that injury, I'm sure, sidetracked a lot of storylines that they probably had planned.
No, for sure. I just think it was the right wrestler. I said because of what we had discussed in terms of trying to make somebody else have a moment, but at the same time, I think it was still a little premature because Sammy just got the title about a little bit over a month and a half ago.
Yeah, that's why I said I was shocked once I
know.
heard he lost. I was like, had to have Ilya come back and have a great match and it be this close. You know what I mean? That'd have been one thing, but him to actually lose, that's a complete other. Let me see really quickly. I don't see his screen. It's still loading. I'll wait till he's loaded all the way. There he is. So let me put him right there. There's Hot Takes heel. Let's see. We can't hear you yet, buddy. Can you hear us?
What's going on, y'all?
All right, what's going on? Let me get you a little intro in here, right, y'all? Ladies and gentlemen, we are joined by our good brother, good friend, Mr. I Am Motai, Heel Akil. Yes, sir. We're going to throw that graphic. Where my graphic at? My graphic ain't working. There it is. Hey.
Whoa. That's fresh and so clean.
Yeah. All right. Join in the group tonight. What's going on, bro?
Nothing much. Out here making moves, doing some gig errands and stuff, saving the day all day today, per usual.
I hear you.
As you saw, you saw that last name said Loki, your savior is here type shit. Yeah, that's been me all day.
Yep.
We'll be talking about. See, the straight edge lifestyle is the header here.
Yeah, man. Just trying to come up with something on the fly sometime, man. Come up with these names on the fly. Yeah, but we are in the middle of doing the weekly recap right now. We're just talking about SmackDown. You want to get some of your thoughts on Sami Zayn losing the U.S. Championship to Ilya Dragunov?
So I was on a gig with that, and one of the people I work with, he loves wrestling. That's how me and him connected and stuff like that. And so we were in the band green room, and we were eating, and we saw Ilya come out, and we like, oh my god, he's back. Like, cool. We was talking about the knee injury and all that, and then we watching the match, and we was talking and chopping up, and I'm a fast forward. The end of the match. The match was great. No lie. The match was great. It was amazing seeing Ilya again. But then when the match ended, we literally, he and I looked at my phone at the same time and saw he had won, and we was like, oh shit, at the same time. That was an amazing feeling. That's one of those moments where I feel like it's great to be a wrestling fan, for moments like that. Yeah, some people can look at it and want to construe it and be like, he came back, he shouldn't have just got the title like that, and he just got back in the ring. But he deserves it. I feel like he deserves it because he busted his ass down in NXT for as long as he did. Then he got to the main roster, got kind of tossed around, got injured when he was on a bit of a hot streak, I want to say. And then he was gone for, how long was he gone for? Over a year? Yeah, so he deserved it. I'm happy that he won that title. And then people love Sammy, but for some reason when he got the title, people weren't really feeling Sammy, I feel like. At least the live crowds. I don't know. Sammy had to pull teeth, I think, to get a pop. But Ilya with the title, that's gonna be something interesting to see. And I would love to see it. He probably gonna go against El Grande Americano. And that'd be some interesting him and Americanos would be interesting bouts to see, considering we know who they really are. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I was just a little surprised that it happened before Sammy got back into a feud with Solo. just from the standpoint that they have unfinished business, because Solo's the one that really cost him the title, which I'm a little surprised at because I guess it was more so on some petty vibes type thing. Because I thought he would have just wanted to take that title back since he said he fought so hard to get it, he lost family to get it, et cetera, et cetera. Now they got these dudes coming out looking like dead presidents. The MFTs.
Yeah, man. I heard
you know
was
what
a
it really
throwback
stand
to-
for though. The MFT should really
What?
stand for the motherfucking thugs.
It
They
should.
can't say,
It really should.
they can't say that though. That's not ECW back in the day.
Yeah, I heard the whole face paint thing is a throwback to their time in New Japan. So that's
It is,
kinda
yeah.
cool.
Nowadays, I was just joking,
Yeah.
but
So I want to see that. That's what I want to see when they're going to start kind of pushing Tama Tonga in the singles capacity, because now that what's the other guy name? He kind of I can't think of the other guy, but you can kind of put him and Tonga Loa together, and you don't. Yeah, JC Mateo. You could kind of put them together as like the tag team of the stable, and you can have Tama Tonga now in the singles capacity, kind of like that Jacob Fatu role, if you will. And then you got my man, the tall cat. I call him Samoan Kevin Nash because that's who he looked like to me. Like that's the role he playing right now. He's Samoan Diesel right now at the moment.
yeah,
Some
They'll
of the
probably-
taller Tonga.
yeah, Tama Tonga, yeah. Well, they'll probably I don't know what they'll do with Tama Tonga. I feel like they're gonna where they have them facing off against the YS6. They're probably gonna just, if they get the titles, they'll probably be under the Freebird rule. How New Day did it. I wouldn't mind seeing them push Tama Tonga, but this is why they just probably need. Nobody really needs to be stuck on one specific brand, and no one really is anymore anyway. That's why you got Jimmy over on Raw all of a sudden, all like every week out of the blue. Like that could have been due to the fact that they could have been due to the fact that Naomi got switched over there, so that probably was already in the plan because they be trying to keep these couples together.
Yeah,
To a degree. Now, granted, Ludwig and Tiffany are on different shows.
well, they're not
But-
together no more either, though. So yeah,
I heard they are.
They broke up.
I heard they are though. I don't follow that much.
I know they were together, but they were saying
I
they
didn't see
had broke
nothing.
up. They split up.
I just didn't see nothing. I'm just saying, but I know they were always on a different show though. Either when they before they,
Yeah,
if they did, or I'm just saying I don't know. I'm not gonna. I just you know who know for a fact Jimmy and Naomi still together. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying maybe that was already in the plans when she cashed in Money in the Bank. Maybe that was already the plan in the first place, and it fits the
Right.
storyline too.
right.
I saw somebody online was like, they chose the wrong person to win the battle royal. Like, we could have got Finn, AJ, or who else did they put out there versus Punk? If this is instead of now we have 5 minutes of yeet, 3 super kicks, and a bogus ass spear.
Yeah, man. I get it. It's one of them things where they kind of trying to heat up. This is the way I took it. They trying to heat up the Saturday night main event because it's the kind of the lead up to the Cena finale that's happening in December. So, nobody could account for the Seth Rollins injury taking place, right? But now that we hear, it's like, okay, how do we? Oh, you saw that coming?
Seth is the Derrick Rose of WWE.
Oh man,
Seth is a great that never gets to fully show how great he is.
I wouldn't go that far. He had the title for like 8 months his first run.
I mean, sure.
It ended with ended with an injury, but I'm saying it was just going basically he was supposed to drop it to Roman anyway. He's gonna drop it to Roman. That was the plan. I'm saying, dude, I can't go there. I understand saying the number of times he got in with Derrick Rose and never reached the mountaintop. Seth on the main event at WrestleMania, bro. We can't go there.
Of course.
I'm saying here,
That's
walked out.
like, of the WWE, like in WWE, it's a different type of criteria and different levels and different things that makes you a great, so to speak. But him, it's like when he first got and it's crazy because I'm sure y'all have seen the memes or the pictures or images or whatever where it's like 2015 he cashed in, got injured. 2025 he cashed in, got injured. Every time he cashed in, his reign of cashing in is never like gone through with an actual losing of the title. It's always because of him losing.
So I see what you're saying. Like he got stripped of it basically. Well,
Right.
this time was even shorter run. At least he got to cook the first time though, because the first time he did it from WrestleMania into I think about Survivor Series. He had to drop it because he got injured.
Yeah, he had it for a good minute. Like, I mean, same thing with who had it for a good minute. I mean, no, not who. Same thing with Derrick Rose. When Derrick Rose first started, he was hot, and then
I can't co-sign that though, bro. Derrick Rose never reached the mountaintop.
I mean, I agree. He hasn't, but that's the best analogy I got.
Honestly, I guess
Like,
I would go.
What about Kyrie?
I would say no. He's no. He's Dwayne Wade.
Dwayne Wade.
Whoa, hold on. Whoa. You can't
Dwayne Wade's
my second favorite basketball player, bro.
You can because Dwayne Wade reached the mountaintop and his knee gave out, and that's why he didn't. Why he's still
times. Like as much as Seth gets injured.
Yeah, because that's why the Bulls ended up sweeping Miami that first round like 15 years ago because Wade messed up his shoulder. Wade messed up his shoulder in the regular season the year after they won the championship. And that's why they faced the Bulls in the first round and got swept because he wasn't healthy. And then his knee get
at odds like Shawn Michaels and Kane right now.
How? You talking about? Wait, did they not have
Only
both?
Because you evoke the name of D Wade. That's all this is. That's
I'm acknowledging his greatness.
That's all.
Oh well, you can't make a comparison based off of hating someone. If we talk,
I mean, I am the hot take heel. I have to.
But that's more of an accurate comparison. We all have a different opinion, but I'm saying we talk about two dudes who won world championships. Basically, D Rose ain't never won a world championship, bro.
Oh damn. Well, you got me there.
He was a great. I would compare D Rose to in wrestling. Who was supposed to be, but like they really couldn't stay healthy for some reason, or they couldn't get out of their way. It wasn't even their fault. I'm trying to think of somebody. There has to be somebody that was supposed to be like
he got to be somebody that could have been champion but wasn't champion, like a Scott Hall. Like Scott Hall could have been champion but wasn't. Like he was Intercontinental champion. He had a great Intercontinental run. Yeah. You know, same with U.S. title. So I'm guessing somebody like that, maybe KG, because he was MVP. He did get the MVP title at least. So yeah, you know, I would give him somebody like that. You know, rest in peace, Scott Halls, of course. You know. But yeah, I think you would have to say somebody like that. You know what I mean? That could have got to a mountaintop, but didn't necessarily do it.
Right.
The Mr. Perfects, the Scott Halls, the Rick. Well, Rick Rude was WCW heavyweight champion, wasn't he, KG?
Yeah, he was.
And Kurt Hennig. So both of them, they just didn't touch it in WWE. But
no, Mr. Perfect never touched it in WCW. I know Rick Rude did. Rick Rude did in the early 90s, I think. He did a couple times.
Okay, I thought Kurt Hennig had got one in WCW. I thought so, but I guess no, I could be wrong.
I could double check. I don't think so though.
Okay. Was it any other highlights you had from Raw that recaps rather?
Stephanie McCure and Roxanne Perez was obviously expected. Had a pretty good match.
Couple of hiccups in that match.
The hiccup was that after the match when she did that spring. I know what you're talking about. She messed her knee up. Yeah. No, that was after the match though.
But she kept like rubbing and you know what I'm saying, the knee, and it was like,
right, but that was like, after the match, bro.
Yeah, no. That's why I said it was just kind of.
What got to do with the match? What you being melted?
Nothing to do with it. Yeah. No, because within the match, her and Roxanne, it looked like there was a couple of miscues within the match. You know what I'm saying? Maybe one or two. Like it wasn't a ton of them, but it was like a couple of miscues. And then when she that botched move off the top rope, at the end of the match when she was trying to clothesline Raquel Rodriguez, you know, when she landed on her knee, kind of, it was like, like, come on, like, I don't need y'all to go through no injury season right now. You just lost Seth. You really don't want to lose her. She just got the title. She's got a crazy run right now in WWE. So that would suck. You lost Trinity, aka Naomi, to the pregnancy. So it's just like, and that was something I wanted.
World Heavyweight Championship or something.
Right, and that's what I saw. That was the funny thing. Somebody made a meme, and the meme said, "This is the first time this has ever happened, where both Money in the Bank recipients had to relinquish their titles, like almost at the same time. Like Trinity released the title, what 2 months ago now? Has it been 2 months? And Seth just relinquished the title on Monday due to injury. Now his was due to injury, obviously hers due to pregnancy, but first time that's ever happened that both Money in the Bank recipients had to relinquish their titles. Crazy. Let's see, man. I got some NXT news real quickly. I'll go through those. We all know Halloween Havoc is coming up very soon on NXT. So Tatum Paxley won the contendership match to become the #1 women's contender. So she's going to go against JC Jane for the NXT Women's Championship. So they had a promo to set off NXT. TNA X Division champion defeated Stax. Let's see. Jasper Troy defeated Zachary Wentz. Zarya agreed to defend her North American title against Blake Monroe because Sol Ruka is injured, so she had to relinquish the title. Axiom defeated Sean Legacy. OTM returned last week, Wrecked Shop. And this week they had a match against Hank and Tank. They defeated Hank and Tank Tuesday. And Fatal Influence defeated Tatum Paxley and Izzy Dame to close out NXT's matches. Then we had a contract signing between Trick Williams and Ricky Saints for Halloween Havoc. I believe they're going to have the NXT Championship match. And Ricky Saints made sure that he put Big Trick Willie through the table. So we building some anticipation there for Halloween Havoc. I don't know if you guys have seen it also, but I see they have had Omos and Obafemi crossing paths, and it looks like we're going to get a match between those two very soon. And yeah, that should be pretty good. That should be pretty good. We haven't seen Omos on TV for a while, but he's been still wrestling. I'm trying to think of where he's been at specific, but him versus Oba, yeah, that should be one for the books. So yeah, we'll see. Two big dogs colliding. So that's the NXT recap.
No, you said it wrong. That's not how you say it. It's two big meaty men bumping.
Oh,
that's what Big said. It's two big meaty men bumping. That's what that's gonna be.
You know what? Big E say? Big meaty men slapping meat.
Yeah.
Pause.
Either way, it's a mega pause.
You know what? I don't got nothing to say. I thought Hot Take After Dark was.
He said it was 10:30. It ain't 10:30 yet.
Oh man,
10:30 somewhere.
Hey, they don't chant that. They don't chant that. That's an AEW thing. The meat chant. Anytime two heavyweights get in the ring, start throwing punches. Oh man, no bread, no water, just meat.
So KG, that being said, we got our weekly recap out of the way. Did you have any wrestlers of the week this week?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Darby. Like I said, he finally beat John Moxley. I think it was long overdue. Let's see if they actually push him up the card. And I'll go with, I don't know, like I was trolling, but I mean, you can't go against 12 belts Monet now. I think that's what she's at now. No, all jokes aside, I don't think any of us were fans of the character because we thought it was a knockoff of her being Sasha Banks down at NXT. But I don't think she's really. I think, like I said, the only time I was surprised she didn't have a good match on a big card was last year against Hikaru Shida. That was really surprising because for years I thought, there was only a couple people that Shida had to tangle with, where it could have been a good match. Because like during the pandemic, I thought she got kind of got shafted to a degree because there's no fans in attendance. So certain those champions didn't really get their time to shine. But I was surprised she didn't have as better match with Mercedes. But another damn good match on the pay-per-view for her. So I have to go with her. There's one other thing I was going to touch on for the weekly recap. I'm trying to remember. Oh, we got new tag champions. So, they was like, hey, man, they're trying to make sure AJ Styles doesn't lose a smile. Because this is the second time Judgment Day done had the titles. They've only defended them a combined, 2 or 3 times? They had them for damn 100 days both times. Right, twice. Right, thank you, Gil. 2 or 3 at most. At most 3 they had title defenses. So it was time. They were doing an interview backstage with AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. Did y'all see that?
Yeah.
You saw that they said what our tag team name should be? It said AJ Lee. AJ's like, no, I think that somebody else already has that.
The tag name should be Liage. That's what it should call it. The lead and the AJ at the end.
Dragon Styles, I don't know.
You know what? Wow, that's probably formulaic. I could see it. Yeah, I could see that happen. I could see that happening. The AJ Lee thing was a good pun intended. Like yeah, that one was kind of cool. But yeah, that's considering if they hold the titles that long. I'm hoping this is a sign of the beginning of the end for Judgment Day. Like this thing needs to implode. I'm sorry, it needs to implode.
No, it's time.
It's ran its course.
It served its purpose. It's made.
Does no one believe in factions staying together and running the course of time like New Day did / ass? Like, why they can't just stick and just rotate and then they go to the Hall of Fame? It's like got different people that had different iterations.
Well, they've kind of done that though, because they don't have Finn's the only. He's not even an OG member. The only OG members were kicked out last year.
Yep. And that was Damian and Big Mommy Cool.
Because they were trying to recruit Finn, and he said no at first. And then when they recruited Finn, Edge was done with it.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm out, because he was like, he didn't like the direction they were going with it in terms of how they were presenting them. Like I think they're going a little too gothic, and it probably gave him Brood vibes almost. He probably was like, all right, been there, done that.
Yeah. They had Brood vibes with him in it. He left.
Right.
They had a whole new thing.
So whatever that was about. And Edge didn't put nobody over WrestleMania on his way out. He won. Well, AJ didn't need it. AJ already been put over, so.
Do y'all think it's possible for Edge to come back as a final opponent for Cena? Because
unless they do a Forbidden Door thing,
yeah. I was seeing some rumors where people were like, "Well, maybe that's kind of why they wrote him off TV, and that's why." Fans come up with their
but he actually going to film something. That's why it's not. Yeah.
Fans come up with their own little, scenarios, and this one was like they were like, well, this is why WWE is holding out on the Andrade thing because I think that became unearthed not too long ago that Andrade has a non-compete compete clause, for a year.
Yeah, I don't know.
Outrageous. I heard Ridge Holland has something similar. His is close to a year as well. I think he was out already injured. So the injury had him out for about, I think he said 6 months. And then he has another 6 months. He can't compete.
Well, he can fuck off for all care.
I know a lot of wrestling fans is going to be happy to see his departure. You had a lot of people that, got let go of this past week from WWE. So do you know any of those offhand, KG? I don't think we touched on it.
No, but I almost went on the tyrant. You got to get the golden shovel once. Okay, that's for me. Once, shame on you. We try saying no. He damn it broke Johnny Gargano's neck when he was in NXT. The same thing he did to Big E.
Mm-hmm.
Big E probably could have died. I'm surprised Johnny Gargano's neck didn't get broken. It was the exact same move too. I think like a belly to belly. I think he dropped him on his damn head.
I'm gonna say the only reason I think it didn't have as much of an impact on
because he was in the mat.
Yeah, it was the mat, and Gargano was not
300 pounds.
He's not a heavier guy like Big E is. Like 300 pounds, damn it, 300 pounds of weight falling on your neck. Like, it's gonna be a hard day for anybody.
But no, I did not see any of because like I said, unless you saw something on the official site, usually I just go about it that way. In terms of seeing who got released, because like I said, they were talking about Miz was gone from the company and some other people, and they're still there and prominent on TV. I think Miz is gone because he went to film American Gladiators, I believe. So I don't know.
Yeah,
so the website says, and I don't really pay no mind.
Okay, well, according to this is Sportskeeda Wrestling, and it's on Google as well. It said WWE released a dozen wrestlers in October 25, with a significant number of these cuts occurring October 10th before the Crown Jewel event. Notable names include former NXT North American champion Wes Lee, Stevie Turner, Lance Anoa'i, Kylie Ray, Zendaya Steele, Braden BJ Ray, Hayes Jameson, Summer Sorrell, Draco Knox, Jen Tala, Jamar Hampton, and Zara Zucker. So these were I can't talk today. This was like a combination of people that are on the LFG show, people that are on WWE Evolve, and people that were on NXT. I don't think anybody from the main roster was released this time around for these particular cuts. Obviously, we had some cuts earlier in the year. I was gonna call him Killer Cross. Shit, Karrion Kross, and who else was it earlier this year that got released from main roster? Can't remember who else it was, but
R-Truth was released.
Yeah, and they brought him back too. He was one of the ones where he was released and then brought back. So that leads me to my heated roundtable discussion. I can't get to the graphic for some reason. StreamYard is StreamYarding. But I wanted to ask you guys, have you all heard about this whole thing about Triple H apparently burying Carmelo Hayes? Like, it's supposed to be some type of beef between them, two of them, and people are stating that Triple H buried Carmelo Hayes.
I don't know how he's buried him where was they going to put him on the card? Like, what should he be doing right now to say he's being buried? Because they're not making the tag titles important. So other than being in the tag team, where would he be right now? I mean, I'm just asking. Like, he could have been the one to knock off Sammy. Sure, like I said, somebody that could have used it. But my whole thing is, I go back to this. He can talk up the heel and everything, but is he even? How are you gonna push Melo as a heel?
Right.
Better yet, how are you gonna push Melo as a heel when Finn Balor hadn't even got above the mid card as a heel?
Right.
And I'm saying based on where they are in their career, should I say? I'm not saying he doesn't have a ceiling to be better than Finn Balor. I'm not gonna say anything like that. But I'm just saying you're not even pushing Finn. Like, where you gonna put Melo? I mean, granted, Finn got a WrestleMania match, sure, Hell in a Cell, but I mean, that was still like a mid-card feud.
Yeah. The larger conversation here I'm
just talking about based on like size and all that stuff.
Yeah,
you're saying like and height and all that kind of goes into it to a degree.
Because you have obviously the race part of that, right? Like, a lot of people have been, spewing this banter about Triple H as of late, because I remember everybody was ecstatic initially when Triple H took over creative, when Vince McMahon was finally removed from WWE. And here we are, 2.5 years later, going into the third year of it, and he's receiving a lot of, backlash at times, it seems, when it comes to pushing talent and pushing certain talents, and particularly talents of color. So I had to tell some friends that are fans as well. I said Triple H has, pushed people of color. He's pushed, Bianca Belair. He's pushed when Sasha was a part of WWE. He pushed her. Like, he's pushed a lot of prominent talents. They may be females, but he still pushed them. He made sure they had a WrestleMania main event. You know what I mean? So I don't know necessarily if race plays a component in that per se, but the other thing that's being said is that there's an age thing kind of going on, where WWE is not utilizing their younger talents in a facet that they should be, where they're creating like the stars of tomorrow truly, and they're kind of relying on the guys that are aging, the Seth Rollins, the Cody Rhodes, the Roman Reigns, you know what I'm saying, etc. The Drew McIntyres, versus pushing the Carmelo Hayes, pushing the Wes Lees if he was still there, so on and so forth.
Well, one thing real quick, I don't want to dominate because I don't know what time Akil got with us.
Yeah, because I think he wanted to say something too. Yeah,
go for it.
Yeah, I don't think that I don't think he's being buried. I think he's being set up for something bigger. Because think about it, there was a while like back in the 90s and early 2000s, you would have wrestlers who would have these down slopes, have these slumps, and then next thing you know, they in a big title picture or they in a big rivalry. But they need to do that with someone who they're really compatible with to make magic. Who just came back from injury? Ilya. That was one of his biggest rivals in NXT. Like you got that, and then when you think about the matches that he's been in, he hasn't necessarily been in squash matches. That man was in a match with Cody Rhodes, had a whole segment with him backstage and everything. That's WWE champion. There are people that are on the main roster who have pull that like Carmelo Hayes. John Cena endorsed Melo back in NXT himself. You see what I'm saying? So I don't think Melo's being buried. I think he's going through this slump. They're literally putting him in this so that when we see him on that upward swing, it's like, okay, cool, he's making a comeback, but don't call it a comeback type situation, you know? Because he is him. Like, he always had it in him to be who he is. Him and Braun Breaker, you know, like, those were the NXT, after the black and gold era, NXT fell on their shoulders.
Yeah.
So, and look who Braun Breaker's at the top. Melo finna be up there too eventually. I don't know if it'll be World Championship right out the gate or so soon, but it'll at least be like probably like Rey Mysterio, how they did Rey for a while.
Yeah.
It took Rey a minute. I'm not saying they're gonna go through that same trajectory specifically because it was Rey got that push because of Eddie. Of course, we all know that. That's no shock. But Melo, he has a lot. They brought him back to NXT, the team with Trick, but even then, they didn't like go into like we finna be attacked. They're just like, I'm gonna do this with you, but you love bro, regardless. That's what Melo did. So it could also be setting up Trick to come to the main roster eventually as well too. So I think Melo's been set up for like multiple different storylines that he can have down the line. So we ain't got to really worry or fret or feel like Melo's being buried. I don't think that's the case. And then I saw that age thing briefly yesterday on Twitter, and I just kept scrolling because I'm like, that don't make sense because they are using that talent the way that they need to use it.
Right.
When you look at when Cena came up and Angle was at the top, when Brock came up, Brock was different. You had Brock, he was a phenomenal. But still, it took a while for Batista to get going. It took a while for Randy. Batista used to be with Diva.
Yeah.
Like, Orton used to just come out and say stuff before he actually was utilized for real. Like, the whole Randall Keith Orton thing. Like no, it's gonna take a minute. The difference is, I said this, I don't know if I said this last week or if it was on After Dark or what, but we are in an age where we have the information. So we are going to think the way we think or see this in real time versus how it was then where we don't know what's going on backstage or behind the scenes. So we just letting them cook. Now we want to go to a fast food restaurant instead of going to a 5-star restaurant. That's all.
Totally agree. No, I totally agree with that. We be, people be coming up with these preconceived notions and, they want to figure out a storyline before it becomes a thing, or they come up with their own type of narratives. And then what do? They jump right to the internet, throw it out there, and it just the snowball effect, and that's why I found myself plenty of times coming to the defense of Triple H, because I'm like, the consistency of what we see on television now versus what we were being force fed for. KG, how long did the 3-hour Monday Night Raws last? Like, how long was that a thing?
At least 10 years.
I remember do you remember we went and we was like, we ain't going no more 3-hour Raw. We went to that live that one time and it was just like, pulling teeth. It's like, you couldn't really enjoy it because it's like, all right, what are we doing here? Like, if it's 3 hours of nonstop action, okay, cool. I get that. I'm here for that. But it was a chore, you know what I mean? And for those 10 odd years of the 3 hour programming, it was literally just that, a chore. Like when that was going on, I barely watched anything else. I watched Raw, I would watch SmackDown, that was it. You would not catch me trying to watch any other show. I never made time for NXT. I didn't start watching NXT for real until the Black and Gold brand was like a thing. You know, when you had Karrion Kross down there, you had Finn Balor down there, you had Ricochet down there, Aleister Black, Nakamura was still down there.
When they had, you talking about Prince Balor?
Yeah. I want to say that might be my favorite Balor.
So you got into it towards the fall of the Undisputed Era.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Like I know it was so much. Yeah, I know it was so much greatness, but I didn't watch consistently during that time. I would make sure I watched the takeovers, but I wasn't watching like the weekly show, and I missed a lot of that. But that's why when the Black and Gold brand thing was taking place, I was watching that more than any of the rest of WWE television because it was killing it. But yeah, man, I just wanted to get y'all thoughts on that particular thing before we get out of here in a second.
Well, I don't want to see wrestlers push just because you're trying to hit a quota too, though. Oh, they're black, let's push them. No, because then you'll end up getting somebody pushed you don't want to see pushed, and then that's gonna be a problem too. So it's like, let's just chill out and let's see if there are bigger or better things. Speaking to Akil's point, if there are bigger or better things happening for Melo, let's just chill out and wait. I mean, I just don't think there's a spot for him being pushed as a heel. That's how I think it. I think as a babyface, he'll get over eventually. And that's what they're leading towards anyway. I mean, if he goes over Miz, you're going over a former Grand Slam champion, which he's going to. You know, Miz isn't going to go over this feud. So that in itself is a sign that they're about to try to do something with Melo.
Yeah. That was a clear indicator for me. Like when they put him with Miz, I was like, yeah, they setting him up. They're getting the polish on him. Because say what you will about Miz, you know, Miz has seen it all, done it all in WWE now. Like,
yeah,
when he becomes color commentary, I'm here for it. Like that's gonna be the second coming of Jerry Lawler to me because he's just that good. He's gonna be just that good on the mic.
Absolutely.
Real quickly, I got two more things on the news. KG, they officially announced the AEW Women's World Tag Team Championship. So I'm going to tell you what those teams are. You got Aminata and Hayter as a team, Sisters of Sin, Willow and Harley, Monet and Athena, and you have Windsor and Rio, Tony and Mina, Bane and Ford, and TJ. So that are the teams. Those 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 women. So that eight women, 8 teams rather of 16 women. Yeah. 16, 18 women's. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
My Steiner math ain't math.
Well, damn. Wait. Before you do Steiner math, you got to do the Twitch. You got to do the neck thing.
And last but certainly not least, man, the TNA news. TNA, they did a recap of Bound for Glory last week, so we don't have a recap of TNA for you guys. But what TNA's new World Heavyweight Champion did, Mike Santana, he challenged AJ Styles. He wants AJ Styles to come back for one last match for the TNA Championship, and he said it's a dream match of his. So Mike Santana versus AJ Styles. What y'all think?
Everything would come full circle. They just did his last stop in Japan, so I think he has to have one more match in TNA.
Yeah,
I think that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, he do, but not against that fucker.
Come on, bro. You can't be on every champion.
Get him somebody worthy, bro. Like,
what's wrong with Mike?
Worthy? Nah, bro. Get him somebody worthy. He should have. I feel like when Trick was champion, that's who he should have took the title off. I feel like Trick needs to get that title back and then have a match with AJ. That's what I think. And then AJ fights a couple TNA people, and then he can like leave TNA alone. But no. That should not be his one match.
Well, it may not be the one match. I do think I could see a scenario, especially with how closely WWE and TNA have been working together, more specifically TNA and NXT. I could see a scenario where AJ has a couple of matches and he maybe has some people down there that he wants to face. Mike Santana may be one of them. Eric Young, I'd love to see that. Did Eric Young and AJ have a match before, KG?
I'm sure they did. It was almost impossible for them to miss each other.
Okay.
Because I know Punk and AJ missed each other because they just were not, because Punk wasn't there for that long.
Right.
But one, I think Frankie Kazarian's there still, right?
Yeah, Frankie actually came back.
Okay.
He actually came back. Yeah.
So that'll be one. Yeah, they'll probably have him go up against maybe some of the top tier guys. And then they'll probably finish it one like a classic feud.
Yeah,
hey, it will be nice if that actual Forbidden Door happens too. If they do the Forbidden Door, if AJ's last match in TNA, maybe a triple threat against Samoa Joe and Christopher Daniels, because I know that was like a big thing. Like I think they got voted match of the year like 20 years ago.
Yeah,
that triple threat between them. I think it was at Bound for Glory? Or, I don't know, one of those events.
Yeah, shout out to our boy Mel, man, from the Hot Take community chat. He said somebody need to fix the fire alarm. Mel, that's me, bro. My bad. I ain't changed the batteries yet in the fire alarm, so I'll have that done next week. Okay, next episode, no fire alarm will be heard, so that's on me. Yeah, man. That's all I got, man. If y'all don't have anything else, yeah, man. We got a event coming up next month. War Games. Come watch it with us. Brother Kill, you wanna do the
yes,
announcing?
We have the Survivor Series War Games presented by Hot Take at Top Ties. Get your tickets. Code for $10 off is HTWP and HTAD. Come through, great food and a great time with Hot Take Live. Living color.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Tatas. They follow me back on Instagram. Want to make sure I show them some love right quick. Get on Tatas Tacos. All right, that's the Instagram. Check out the food, man. The food looks very good. KG, you sort of a foodie, my good brother. So you might want to go over there and get you some tacos. Let me find an address so I can let you know where it's at. 4929 West Irving Park at Tatas Tacos. All right. Go up there. We're going, we never had we were supposed to get together as a collective and celebrated our good brothers' birthdays. So, maybe we can go up there before, you know what I'm saying, the event at Tatas for War Games. But yeah, man, Tatas Tacos, check them out, man. 4929 West Irving Road, Irving Park Road for our Chicago and Illinois people. All right. Outside of that, man, yeah. I want to thank y'all for tuning in as always to Hot Take Wrestling. Make sure y'all check out everything from the NMG Podcast Network on NMG TV on YouTube. You have past, present, and future material that will be on there. You got past episodes of Hot Take on there. You got past and present episodes of Boulevard Ave Radio on there. You got some of my alumni shows such as Chauvinist Pigs on there. You got some shows I produced on there. Late Nights is one of them. Let's see. Dondi and Devereaux is another one. The Woman to Woman podcast. The Y'all Is Us podcast, and Because I Said So, another one that my good brother B. Daniels did on over there at the studio. So y'all tune in, man. Check it out. You might see some things you like. I guarantee it. So, fellas, y'all want to give y'all IG names before we get out of here, and we're gonna be done. Well, they don't want to get their IG names out, so.
That's at the under
_MULTY. Follow me. All the links for all the events and everything is on my story. If you don't see it, I'm not looking for it.
That part.
At the other _ Kenny G. That's all I got.
You'll see a black and white silhouette, and that's your boy, the other KG. All right, y'all know me. Check out Old Man Logan. Old/man/ not slash shit. O_man_Logan_Inc. on all platforms. All right. So Twitter, Instagram, not on Facebook, but you can find me on Facebook too. But yeah. All right, y'all. We are out of here. It's another episode in the books of Hot Take Wrestling. Get ready for Hot Take After Dark at 10:30 p.m. And we'll catch y'all next week, man.
Wow.